We're going to talk about the way that pumps behave and perform on their curves, and we're actually going to see it. Now let's see. Who in the room is tall? Who's tall? You tall? Okay.
Oh, twin.
All right, now who in the room is pretty? No, I'm sorry.
Me. I could do both.
You could do both. You could do both. Could do both. All right. Many misconceptions about a pump. People have said to me, maybe you have some of the same thoughts. I'll talk about the pump moving on the curve and going into zones of vibration and high maintenance. Let's look up here at the board. So the pump should be operated right about here on the curve. We should avoid allowing the pump to run here. We should avoid allowing the pump to run out here on the curve. But the system drags the pump all over the curve. And people have said to me, well, if the pump is properly designed into its system, you don't have to mess with the valves. Wrong. Okay. The design engineer draws a triangle on a curve and says, this pump is operating here on the curve. Wrong. Pumps are operating all over the curve. The idea is to control them. Like a car will go 5 kilometers per hour. It can go 150 kilometers per hour. But the idea is to drive the car at the speed limit, the right speed for those road conditions. Likewise, a pump will perform all over its curve. The goal is to operate the pump at its primary design point, which is where the pump was designed to operate. Now, this is a pump. It is a little fish tank pump, but it is just like your pumps. I'm going to make this pump go into cavitation. We're going to see this pump operating all over the curve. We're going to practice various things with this pump. Now, looking up here at the board, we're out here on the curve. This pump is way out here on the curve. We've got very high flow and very little head. This is the head. You can see it right there. That is the elevation of that pump. So we're way out here on the curve. Now, I'm going to connect some pipe to the pump. All right, can everybody see the level of water up there at the top? Now the pump is at shutoff head. So the pump is all the way onto the back side of the curve. Okay? We've got maximum head at zero flow. Now this pump just went from here back to here on the curve. If I lower this tube to here, now we're getting flow, so we've moved out to here on the curve. If I lower the elevation, we're getting even more flow. Okay? As I lower the elevation, we're getting even more flow. I'm not doing anything to increase or control the flow. The elevation is governing the flow. Now, as I continue to lower this tube down into here, we are back down out to here on the curve. We're out here on the extreme end of the curve. So look what we have done. We've gone from one end of the curve back to the other. Your pump is operating all over the curve. Only if the levels in your vessels don't change, if the levels are static, if nobody ever opens or shuts a valve, if your filters don't get dirty, and if nothing is going on, your pump will pretty much operate at one fixed point. But that's probably not the fixed point that the design engineer said the pump is going to run. Like right now, nothing's going on in this tank. This pump is operating at one spot on the curve. But if I improve or if I increase the elevation to here, now we're lifting the liquid. And because some of the energy is involved in elevation, less energy is available for flow. So flow is going down as head rises. As I raise the elevation, we're migrating on the curve. All right, now we're at drops. All right, so. And now I'm at shutoff head. So your pumps are constantly moving back and forth on their curves. Then the idea is to hold the pump at the correct spot. Now, this is like saying drive a car. The roadway goes to the left, the roadway goes to the right, the roadway goes up to the Drakensberg, it goes down to Durban. Then the idea to drive or control the car is to control the car as the roadway changes. With a pump, you control your pump as the system changes. Does everybody understand that?